What's up, everybody? This is Lost Dreams 2580 coming at you with another build. I know I've covered Mirage in the past, and if you have not seen those videos, you can always catch up by taking and searching my channel Acousticability, and you will be able to find and access any of those videos that you wanna take and look at. Something that's got to be there that's going to interest you in some way, shape, or form. Feel free to leave comments, subscribe, or like or dislike whatever you may see on this video at any given time. I'm not very hard to get along with, so to speak. But anyway, so I run my Mirage build very squishy, but this isn't about Mirage. Let's talk builds, and today we're going to talk builds
Everything
about
in
the Supra.
orders, operator?
Shut
Is
up,
that a
Ortis!
pun?
Anyway,
I will attempt to bypass this vault.
I took and recently got the Entropy Burst mod for the Supra. Now my Supra I have is formed 5 times. The Supra itself can be found in the dojo if you guys haven't seen it yet or gotten to it yet. It has been called one of the worst guns in the game. But recently they did a rework on it not too long ago and actually gave it some kind of functionality, bigger clip, higher capacity for carried rounds, and it did bring it to life. They lowered the reload from 5 seconds to 3, so that's always really good to have. Now my previous build before I got this was split chamber, heavy caliber, speed trigger, serration, rifle ammo mutation, malignant force, stormbringer, and metal auger. Now I relied on metal auger and speed trigger to definitely do the work for me by saturating everything in front of me. If you want to see what that runs like, you can always go back and look at my wall of light build for Mirage, and you'll be able to see how that runs. But as of right now, for this build, I'm running heavy cal, split chamber, shred, serration, speed trigger. Oops, wrong one. So, split chamber, serration, shred, heavy cal, entropy burst, malignant force, rifle ammo mutation, and stormbringer. So I did go up one more point on the ammo mutation, which is going to help keep you with plenty of ammunition if you play like I do, which is pretty much just guns blazing as much as possible. Now I thought that because of the fact that I replaced both the punch through mod of metal auger and speed trigger with shred, that it was going to be a little bit more disappointing to run, but it actually was. It's still on point and saves me some actual ammunition, so it does work out, I guess. Now with entropy burst, you're going to be getting a 20 base status chance, plus 20, and also the +1 to the proc. Now the proc itself is going to give you energy, an energy boost as well, which is going to raise your capacity, and it's also going to do magnetic damage to the surrounding areas. Now I haven't been able to pinpoint yet whether or not her extra clones are actually going to take and increase the radius, much as like the Jet is increased, the splash damage and stuff like that from the Jet is increased, and the amount of ammunition fired downrange is increased by the clones. So I'm not quite sure on that one. You'll have to look into it and get back and let me know. But the actual increase in status chance does help quite a bit. It was at 14.7, and now of course we're up to 46.4 on it. Now I do really enjoy the Supra. The Supra is a good relax gun. It handles its own pretty much most of the time. Now I'm not going to say that it by any chance, since the rework has been considered still an end game gun, it is still far off of perfection, so to speak. Now this build here I would not run with um, a single frame, such
Do you
as, you know,
remember the
anything
old
other
war, operator?
than
Order seems to have
her,
misplaced
unless
the
of course you're
guns.
gonna like run it with Loki and stuff like that, because the way I have it set up right now, it's more of an assault shotgun than it is anything else because of the amount of spread. Now you can always swap out heavy cal, but I like to have that extra damage over here. When it comes to puncture, it makes it a lot easier for the Grenier, so I do have it set up. And now, since you have that entropy burst on there, you can actually really be really effective towards shielded individuals such as the corpus or the corrupted that have shields as well too. So hopefully this build's going to bring it together for you if you decide to try it out. Now I do run it with complementing weapons such as the Secura Dual Cestras, which are pretty much the same gun except quite a bit more accurate, and I'm still running my speed Katag setup with it as well too. Now I will take and run up in here and give you a little bit of gameplay, so any of you that were just in for the information, go ahead and you can quit now and not have to worry about getting into it. But as for me, I'm just going to come in here and run a short one on Cassini so that you can take and see how it works. It is a very good saturatory gun. Just like I said before in the other videos of Mirage, I do really enjoy her. I am a big fan of her. I run her very squishy and use her for her duration builds. But it is what it is. Everyone has their own preferences on builds and frames. So let's avoid getting all this shit and get straight into as much action as possible so you guys can see this actually as it's working. Alright, I went the right way for once, right? Alright, where's it gonna be?
I delivered a life support capsule to the area. Activating it will buy you more time.
Now, like I said, this is by far not an accurate build for this gun. So, firing on people is going to be pretty much just spray and pray in the direction that you see it coming from. Now, some people might actually like to sacrifice a little bit of the damage and stuff for reloads. I am not that type of guy. I don't mind a 3-second reload after playing it for so long with with it being 5 seconds, you know what I mean? Bringing that back down was insane compared to what it's at now. And with the extra clip, you don't really have to worry about a whole hell of a lot anymore. I prefer actually if they would have taken and given us more damage and kept the reload the same. I would have been absolutely happy with it. But I can't complain much about the way it is right now. It's very reliable. I was running in some T3 survivals the other day and I was still ripping people up severely. So I don't really think that it's much of an issue. It doesn't suit a lot of people's game style, and I really personally wish I could have kept the fire rate and dealt without the punch through, but with this gun being as slight damage as it is compared to some of the other alpha guns, I'm gonna have to go and say that punch through is a necessity for this. Even if you don't have the fire rate mods on, it's still going to be nice to have the punch through to make sure that you can get as many people as possible so that you're not just wasting ammunition. But it's definitely, to me, seems like a reliable gun, and especially with Mirage, you don't have to worry about ammo consumption nearly as much as what you would with a singular build, which would be, you know, like Nova or anything like that. Now, if you were going to have a caster build with this weapon itself and the entropy burst, it wouldn't be that bad, but if you are a complete spammer, it's really not going to work as quite like it does for duration builds like, say, Mirage or Loki, because of the fact that you're constantly going to be spamming. So I would not use this with my Slova or the Speed Nova as much as I would with other things. Now here I'll run with just a single gun so you can see the actual spread on this thing and appreciate how much she actually helps out with accuracy with the multiple clones and stuff. I mean, you still can spray and pray. It's not really that bad, but with the extra clones and extra damage from those clones, it really does bring the gun to life. So basically all you have to do, like I said in my other vids, is just aim the camera in the generalized direction of the targets. If you, as long as you can actually deal with her restrictive visibility, you'll be just fine. Did you see that little bastard come out of nowhere? I am really hating the spawn mechanics that they revamped. But anyway, back to this. Enough about my crying and bitching about the game, I guess. I use her quite frequently as a damage dealer when it comes to like supporting a Necros and a Boobin. And it does definitely make it really nice to use her like that with her hall mirrors and also her eclipse. So I mean, it all works out. All works out. But anyway, I'm just going to run this for 5 since it's not going to cost me a key or anything like that, you know. And I'm going to jump out of here. Look at these fuckers just spawning right next to me instead of taking and actually spawning in. They figured that would spice up the mechanics a little bit. I kind of beg to differ. Alright, so that's the end of that one. We're going to take and get this to the very end here. If you have any questions on the builds, please feel free to comment, and pay no mind to my speech impediment, apparently. Also, feel free to like, dislike, as I said earlier, and or subscribe to the channel. That way you can catch up on different builds that I may have gotten, think outside the box in someone else's shoes, you know. I do it frequently myself. I am always paying attention to YouTube to see what's going on. Haven't done too much of it lately, but you know, I try to keep up with what other people think and get some opinions on it from other people as well. And there's no shame in that. But, as I said before, I hope that you get this frame and this gun, because it is an epically fun time. I mean, even though she's really squishy, it's not hard to just overcome it. I mean, that was a decent medium group of people, so it's not like I was doing anything really, really hard, but it's not like I was doing anything really, really easy as well, too. She will definitely keep you on your toes, the Supra as well, too. And it will definitely take and give you some release on what you're actually doing in the game. Take a break from the grind, relax, enjoy yourself, and laugh at other people that get pissed off at you because of the fact that they can't see through all your gunfire. It really is a wall of light when you get into it. So, hope you all enjoyed the video, and I will see you in the grind.